forecast. It's one of those days to have the umbrella with you, pack it in the kid's backpack just in case. But even then, really that hit or miss pattern of our area means most of us are not catching that rainfall. Starting out the day on average in the low 60s. Again, mix of clouds moving through and some patches of fog this morning as we start the day off with these layers of clouds and some fog filling in, even some spotty rain trying to develop out of those clouds in the morning. So you can see that very isolated coverage here early. A couple of downpours and storms actually track into southeastern Kentucky and try to drop into northeast Tennessee. So notice it's spottier, really right at that edge of the valley, and then a few showers and storms for the northern half. A couple of downpours and storms bubble up into the mountains here, that terrain change helping to trigger a pop-up. Meanwhile, a couple more showers roll across the northern plateau, helps to trigger more of an isolated shower storm late afternoon to evening. So the lucky few catching a downpour in parts of the valley to foothills, again up into the mountains. You can see around 9 o'clock a couple of pop-ups there in the southern to central valley. But overall, then there's another batch sliding along southeastern Kentucky as we go through the overnight here with isolated rain, and then a few more on the way for tomorrow. Still not widespread, though. That means big gaps here. Getting some good rainfall along the Tennessee-Kentucky line. Again, those few pop-ups in the valley to foothills and up into the mountains. So overall, more of a very widely scattered to isolated coverage. Picking up a little extra wind here with those gusts around 15 miles per hour. And especially the southern half able to warm up because of that more scattered coverage north. That'll take us from 62 at 7 to 77 at noon. High today 84. Still upper 70s at 7 o'clock. So when I layer all this up for you here in that forecast where you live, that'll take you to 84 Knoxville, to 85 Athens and Loudon, but you'll be cut off closer to 80 Crossville and 78 Jamestown. That's where those few showers and storms move through, so even just nearby rain can keep you cooler, like 78 Jellicoe and Harlan, but then 80 Morristown to 82 Pigeon Forge and 81 in Townsend. Mountain tops then seeing a few more of those downpours and storms. Picking back up with that spotty coverage in the early morning tomorrow. You can see another batch sliding along in Kentucky. And again, it's more of a proximity thing. It's trying to create a few showers and storms along southeastern Kentucky late morning, then trying to drop a little further south and east there onto the plateau. Still looking like you can get some good rainfall from Crossville to Jamestown, parts of Morgan, Scott, Campbell being kind of that dividing line where it becomes spotty. So even in the afternoon to evening, some isolated rain and storms left over, becoming very isolated with a couple of leftovers by the end of the day tomorrow. We really are chipping away at that coverage in terms of rainfall potential, though that means that you catch some of the best rain right here at the Tennessee-Kentucky line and then down onto the plateau as it falls apart, moving south and east. So some better pockets there, at least of about a ½ inch of rain in spots for that northwestern half of our area tomorrow. As we go from 62 in the morning to 77 at 1, high will be 82. Closer to normal, but we are staying on the warm side, as what we'll really do after that front passes is drop the humidity just a bit, so that'll be a slow return to some cooler mornings. Notice we stay warm going into the weekend. We've actually got a warm, sunny, dry stretch going into next week, but at least we'll have a few milder mornings, closer to seasonable in the mornings only.